It is the April 10th edition of the Pioneer News Highlights with your host, Nick Tangorra. From everything campus news, sports, arts, and entertainment, we've got you covered. Freshman Showcase. Adjunct theater professors Lauren Reinhardt and David Apicel are directing the theater department's Freshman Showcase. They divided the freshman class of 50 students after auditions in December into two groups for the show. Reinhardt is an alumni of the theater department who has been teaching acting for 3 years at Post. Reinhardt has directed over 50 shows, and this is the 8th Freshman Showcase she's directing. Reinhardt's portion of the Freshman Showcase is called Ovations and Odysseys, which is a collection of 10-minute single-act plays. Having two showcases as well as having 10-minute portions is, as she puts it, the best way that we can accommodate the class size. Apicel attended Penn State for his undergraduate degree and Post for graduate school, and has been directing and teaching at Post for the past 2 years. This is Apicel's second year directing the Freshman Showcase, but his third year as part of the directing team, adding, "I think I got involved with theater because it's a place you can just be yourself, with no judgment. Theater is a very accepting and inclusive group." Apicel's show Clinging On Closely is based on the end of the world with a theme that darkness can lead you to light, he said. He came up with these themes by discussing with the students what it's like to be a freshman in college and to be away from home for the first time. The Freshman Showcase opens April 11th at 7:30 p.m. with Reinhardt's production and Apicel's production on April 12th at 7:30 p.m. Each show is about 2 hours long with a 15-minute intermission. Tickets can be purchased for free online at tixx55.com or at the box office in the theater. The Pioneers flush out Queens College. Prior to the game against Queens College, the Pioneers won by a slim margin with a score of 10-9 against Adelphi University. However, the Pioneers flushed out Queens College at Bethpage Federal Credit Union Stadium on Wednesday, April 3rd, with a landslide victory of 19-1. Less than 10 minutes into the first half, the Pioneers took a 9-0 lead with 2 goals from junior midfielder Alyssa Mallory, who went on to score a total of 4 goals in the game. While it was a big day for Mallory, it was a day to remember for adolescent education graduate student Abby Solicito, as she scored her first career goal as a Pioneer, explaining, "It was really exciting, but today was a great conference win for us. We had a lot of great goals and great stops on defense. Overall, it was a team effort, and I'm super proud of all my teammates." The Pioneers will face off against Bentley University on April 18th at Bentley University at 3 p.m. and the New York Institute of Technology on Saturday, April 13th at Bethpage Federal Credit Union Stadium at 12 p.m. And we'll stay on the field for this one for our Athlete of the Week. Freshman accounting major Jake Gillis has had great success in his first season as an attack man for the men's lacrosse team. With 56 points and 5 ECC Player of the Week recognitions after 11 games, he is one of the team's most distinguished players. Gillis started his lacrosse career when he was 3 years old in his hometown Calgary, Canada, by playing box lacrosse, which is a form of lacrosse played indoors. When it was time for Gillis to start college, he decided he wanted to make the move to America to be able to combine education with his passion for lacrosse, adding, "We don't have school lacrosse in Canada other than on the East Coast, and it's not as good as it is down here. So I ultimately chose to come here because of the option to play lacrosse and possibly get a scholarship." After 11 games, the men's lacrosse team has a 9-2 record. Gillis expected the team to do well, but he never anticipated himself to have so much success right off the start in this freshman year. Gillis also pointed out that his individual achievements are a result of great teamwork, saying, "The guys around me are helping me out a lot. All the guys have been doing a really good job of giving me the opportunities to do as well as I've been doing." Now for some arts and entertainment, here's what's coming to the theaters. The upcoming films of this and next year are a mixture of nostalgia trips and the hard work established by years of connected films, with Marvel Studios celebrating its 10-year anniversary. Disney is still making live-action remakes of classics like Dumbo and Aladdin. Meanwhile, in animation, Frozen will be getting a sequel. Marvel movies have been going for 10 years and plan to go on for many more. With the acquisition of Marvel by Disney, along with their purchase of Fox and Lucasfilm, new merchandise and films for franchises like Star Wars, the Marvel films, and so on are being put out. Upcoming films offer more for comic book fans with releases like Hellboy on April 12th and Shazam on April 5th. The long-awaited Avengers Endgame comes out April 26th. It offers a conclusion to audiences left on a cliffhanger at the end of Infinity Wars, giving Marvel fans closure and a satisfying ending to Thanos' story as the remaining heroes go to confront him with the trailer's tagline of "Whatever it takes." Following the inevitable triumph of heroes in Endgame comes the sequel to Marvel's Spider-Man, Homecoming, with Spider-Man Far From Home. It will release on July 5th, allowing Tom Holland and Samuel L. Jackson to reprise their roles as Spider-Man and Nick Fury in the new setting of London. For a list of all the upcoming movies making their way to our local movie theaters, head over to www.lapostpioneer.com and pick up your copy of The Pioneer today. Pioneer staff writer Dylan Valley goes into depth in his new piece, "More Mayhem, More Guns, and More Fun. Borderlands 3 is Coming." On March 28th, video game studio Gearbox announced the long-awaited latest entry in the Borderlands series, Borderlands 3. It has been 7 years since Borderlands 2 originally released, and fans have been desperate for more. Borderlands is an open-world shooter game where players get to explore the post-apocalyptic world of Pandora and fight the monsters that inhabit it. The series is also known for its off-the-wall humor, something rare in the genre that it resides in. Borderlands 3 picks up right where its predecessor left off and lets up to 4 players adventure in the world of Pandora together. Gearbox has only shown one trailer of the game so far, but in terms of style and gameplay, it looks pretty similar to previous entries. The game will host quite a few improvements such as new abilities and over 1 billion guns to use. Borderlands 3 releases on PS4, Xbox One, and PC on September 13th, 2019. For more information on these stories and all the stories in this week's Pioneer, check out www.liupostpioneer.com and pick up your copy of the Pioneer today. That's it for this week's Pioneer News Highlights with your host, Nick Tangorra. I'll see you next week.